and obviously God ultimately is carrying all of you.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like make that joyful for them.
Sure.
Like just give them that, because it's sort of like it's actually not difficult, because there's a joy you can have while suffering.
Yep. Husbands are the joy carrier.
You have to be.
If you don't carry joy as a husband, bro, forget it, bro.
It filters down to everyone, and everyone's like, this is how we rock in this house. We angry.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to Two and a Half Husbands, where we celebrate becoming better husbands.
It's 2.5, even though there are 3 husbands, and that's because at some point, one of us, if not all of us, was not fully the husband that we were supposed to be.
And that's why we actually come here on a weekly basis to discuss some of the issues that we face, some of the issues we are seeing around us, and we hope that the journey that we started with you and for you is going to benefit you,
and yours.
Hey. What's up, dog?
Away.
You good, bro?
I'm amazing, bro.
Good, man. Yo, man, thanks for pulling through, bro.
I had to. I mean, I saw a bunch of other guests. I was like, listen, they're probably saving me for when they have enough traction, to take them over the hill.
Come on, dog. we passed 750 subscribers. 34 episodes.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what they say? Like, I think only 3% of podcasts that starts on a specific year last after 21 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Mesh got to episode 8.
And you were like...
Now, it's not that I'm the problem. I'm the problem. I get busy and then I get tired too.
Sheesh, bro.
And because I'm the head creative.
Yeah.
Right? She just takes my lead. So it's like next year I have to
get on it.
Set an alarm or something to be like, we're shooting now. 2:00 in the morning, I'm waking people up. Let's go. Let's rock.
But your boy is probably awake by then anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people watch to see him.
Yeah.
How much has he grown? Am I doing a good job? That's literally half of our viewership.
Bro, the cute factor is a thing. I know it's a thing for real.
Right?
Nah, it is, bro.
Yeah.
Dogs, cats, babies.
I don't know what the dogs and cats are.
Like this. Listen, bro. I don't get it either.
Yeah.
But there's a market.
Because if I see a dog, I'm just like in Jalento. It's like there's nothing. I don't care how small it is. I know it's gonna get ugly sooner or later and scare people.
I actually saw a meme now. It's not a meme. It's a video. As I was driving here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of these dodgy essay pages. But basically, this dog is like humping another dog.
Yeah.
And then the caption is like, this is basically what we mean, that you shouldn't. So this dog is like doing its thing, and then it gets stuck.
Yeah. just like.
No, it can't come out.
Oh, wow.
It's stuck. As it's stuck, bro, 2 other dogs come and jump it. Like, yeah, what were you doing, Dan?
Oh my days, that's
I'm telling you, bro. I'll send you
but it's the hood.
Nah, it looks like it's in the city.
That is wild.
And I was just like, this is the only dog content I would consume.
Nah, I expect it to be like the hood or somewhere like Limpopo.
Nah.
Where at 6 the dog transforms into a human being. Then you see that it's a human actually.
Or have you seen the dog that's begging? It's not staged, bro. This dog is in some alley in the hood and it's begging, bro. Somebody gives it food and then suddenly it's like, nah, I'm cool, dog. Stuff you, I'm out.
What are we teaching these dogs? Oh, man.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's wild. But yeah, man, I'm glad that you're here, bro.
Thank you,
It's been a long one coming.
Thank you.
I've been like, yo, man, we need to get this dude on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, we're gonna jump straight into it. This thing is gonna unravel. We'll find out more about what you do.
Okay.
It's part of the conversation.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk about what it looks like as a husband.
Yeah.
To move between careers. And you didn't take some dudes move from like one career that's like stable to another stable one.
Sure.
You know? But you like took a like if there's ever a left turn for a left turn, that's what you took, right?
Sure, bro. But it's wild because it's like, yeah, I think most people don't know this, obviously. But like, yeah, I studied accounting. I have an accounting degree.
Yeah.
And then I worked in corporate
Yeah.
for like a year, 2 years. And I was like, oh no. But then I started doing stand up in the middle of doing that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I quit.
Yeah.
Right.
You quit stand up.
No, I quit corporate to
sheesh.
do stand up.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But mostly not just stand up because I had like an agency.
Yeah.
So I was doing some acting. So I've been in some ads and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And obviously I got a few corporates. So that helped me along.
Yeah.
So my stand up started like really
Yeah,
taking
picking up,
off.
yeah.
Then COVID hit. Right. COVID hit. Me and my wife started dating
Yeah.
at that point, just after COVID hits.
Sheesh,
Because obviously I've known her. And then I need to get a job again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a job again. And then that job was terrible.
Sheesh.
And then I left 2021.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2021. And then like June 2021, I got another job. Bit more stable, bit more in accounting.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that also didn't rock.
Sheesh.
But obviously, I needed money for the wedding
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And by like October 2022,
Yeah.
I quit again. Yeah. So now
So you
basically,
quit 3 corporate gigs
yeah,
in between all of the stuff.
all of this stuff.
Shucks, bro.
Yeah. But then now, like, I'm not a corporate worker because it's like I write sometimes
Yes.
for certain people.
Yes.
And that gives me
Yes.
money.
Yes.
But then stand up is the main
Your
thing.
bread and butter.
Yeah.
Sheesh, bro. Maybe before we even get into that, though, why accounting, bro?
Yeah.
Is it one of those your parents forced you? Did you always know you were a funny guy? and
No,
you were
a bit of both because I initially
Yeah.
I was a football guy. I love football with all my heart, even more than stand up.
Bro,
Like,
you named your son.
Yeah, after a football game.
like you one of those dads, bro.
I'm hectic into football. Like, and I don't lie to people in stand up as well. I tell them I don't I love doing stand up, but I'm like football. That's the main
Number
thing.
one, bro.
That's the main thing.
Your kid is gonna be the kid at school. Skarango bese. Present, man. Why?
Exactly that, bro. And now, like, I think I'm one and done in terms of the kid.
Yeah.
But if we do have a second one,
Yeah.
there's a football name in
Come on
line
now.
already.
Sheesh, bro.
So that's how much I love football. So that was the thing I wanted to do, right? But obviously, black parents, they're like, oh. And I was like, listen, I don't even want to go to varsity.
Sheesh.
Because I didn't really want to study. I didn't know what to study.
Yeah.
And it's not like, because there's some people who want to go to varsity because they suck at school. Right? I wasn't one of those people. I was pretty decent, right? And I'm really good with numbers.
Yeah.
So that's how it went into accounting.
Sheesh, bro.
But yeah, I thought I really didn't like school when I was in high school.
Okay.
But varsity was even worse for me. I really didn't.
So the
like it.
choice to take accounting, was it just like, oh man, this thing makes money?
Yeah, and like
I don't have anything else to
What
do.
else? Yeah, what else can
Yeah,
I do?
yeah.
Because sports management was also a thing
Yeah.
that I wanted to do, but my mom told me, "Hey, there's no money in that
Forget
thing.
it.
Forget it. You can't do that thing." And I was just like, "Okay."
Sure. I listen.
And the thing is, I tell my mom that now. She
Yeah.
says, "No, she never said that."
Bro, my mom says the same thing, bro.
They all.
I came to my mom and I was like, yo, listen, I'm not really sure I want to go into law,
Yeah.
you know, but like my friend is going to like this film school. I don't know, man, you know?
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, I think you're creative. Do like the film thing. And now I'm like, I'm broke. I should have just done law, bro. And now I call her and I'm like, chick, you made me. Because she's like, nah, B. I know nothing about, my dream was for you to be a lawyer. I'm like, you didn't say that though, dog. You didn't say that. She's like,
That's how they
nah,
are,
you
dude.
went there on your own, bro. She's like, you woke up one day, you said you were going to do law.
Yeah.
The next day, you were like, nah, I'm done with law. I was like, no way.
That
No
doesn't
way.
sound like me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, no way. Anyway.
That's how moms are, bro. I don't know what it is about mothers and taking responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
It's crazy, bro.
I'm just want to make sure my mom doesn't watch this because it's like, now it's like,
you
oh,
bringing
me,
it
I'm a
up
villain
again.
in your story.
Yeah.
I'm the one who
I'm the thorn.
encouraged- Yeah, I'm the one who encouraged you. I'm part of the villain origin arc thing.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah,
Jeez,
bro.
So
That
you're in
was-
accounting, you studying that, you finish, you go get a gig.
Yeah.
And you thinking, man, this is... So the first year, like...
Things back.
Hey, I thought you caught it, bro.
That was so close.
I thought you caught it.
Look at it, like going upstairs now.
Wow. Guys, listen, we're on a new set and we found guests here, so we basically in their habitat, right? We the invaders. Sorry, flies, right? Anyway, so if you see a fly, we'll try and deal with it. But here we are. Right?
caught it daily.
So now you quit this thing,
Yeah.
2020. That's when you left corporate.
Nah, way before 2020. Corporate, I probably left I started comedy 2017. Probably left corporate like 2018 time. Yeah, it's been 6 years.
Yeah, see, that's buck, bro.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah. So you leave and you go straight into comedy.
Comedy, acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you always think I'm gonna do stand up or
No.
what was the thing?
Yeah, it was odd. I'd started working in corporate, and then one of my boys,
Yeah.
were playing football. We used to play footballs on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And he comes to me. I said something funny about like land. Yeah, and then he's like, "Dog, you're really funny." And he's known me for long since primary school. He's like, "Bro, you're really funny.
Yeah.
You should do stand-up comedy." I'm like, "I know."
Thanks, bro.
Then this guy, right, he signs me up for an audition at Parker's Comedy Club. He messages me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I signed you up for this audition.
Wow, bro.
It's in September, whatever."
That's
I'm
where I
like,
bombed, by the way.
really?
Parkers, before it's closed now.
Yeah, it's closed now, unfortunately, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, I signed you up for this audition. I'm like, oh damn, dog. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate
And
it.
then yeah, bro, I went to the audition, rocked it,
Sure.
and oddly enough, me and Mish weren't dating then, but she was there,
You guys were friends, though.
like proper
for
friends.
how long?
For long, since high school, like grade 8, like
Yeah,
proper
yeah.
friends. We dated in grade 8, and
Wow.
then
Okay.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Wow.
So it was a dip in, dip out.
You dated, you broke up, and
Yeah.
then years later, maybe she saw you being funny, and that was attractive.
I was always funny though. Like throughout the time, I was always funny. I think I was funnier pre-stand up, like in normal situations.
Yes.
It's
that's the best funny.
Yeah, it's like now I don't feel the need to be funny
yes.
just because I do stand up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it always like shocks people. They're like, ah.
Yeah.
Then when I turn it on, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we see. Being a comic or a musician is the worst, bro. Freestyle. I'm like, you don't ask doctors to just randomly check up on you, bro.
Right?
No, you're the funny guy, dog. Make us laugh.
Imagine somebody being like a construction worker and then they give you a brick
Yeah,
and like cement. Like, build us a house.
As soon as you walk in, bro, here's a brick. Here's some cement. There's water there. Just, can you build something for us? Do something,
bro.
right?
That's how it is. That's how it is, bro.
So, anyway, so you do this thing 2017. You're still working at that point.
Yeah, I worked for like a year more. Yeah, it was
Okay.
only a year. 2018,
Okay.
I already quit.
Sheesh, bro.
Yeah.
So then you're like, all right, I'm out, leaving this thing. Are you dating anybody at that point?
Nah,
One man.
I'm pretty much one man, and like there was no proper dating.
Yeah.
Like I'd get into like situations with women,
Yeah.
like we speak and whatever.
Yeah.
But then ups and downs, just
Yeah.
like even me thinking about it, I'm just like, how was I rocking in life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also stand up takes a lot of your time,
Sure.
right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you meet people doing stand up,
Mm.
which is probably not the best because they don't get a proper like reading of who you are as a person.
Sure.
You've got me on stage. That's
Yeah.
and also women love potential.
Yeah.
she sees you doing well on stage. She's like, this might be
This
the
could be
next
my
Trevor.
Trevor Noah.
Exactly. Exactly. And then now when you speak to me on a normal day, you're like, this guy's just normal, dog. He has no star quality at all,
guy
dog.
sucks.
This guy sucks. He's just a normal guy. Look at, I just asked him what he's doing. He's like, he's eating bread and peanut butter. He's just a normal guy,
I'm like,
bro.
where the jokes?
You see. And yeah, oddly enough, I was speaking to Mish today, and I was watching some podcast, Chunks and Philly.
Yeah.
Like Darkest Man on it, and Darkest Man was just saying his wife was the first person he like dated ever.
Ever.
Yeah, and he was just like, it's because he knew women obviously, but then he said when he started like elevating in entertainment, people would be like, "Oh, I miss you," but she gappered you like 4 or 5 years ago. So right,
I didn't even know you could spell I miss you. Right?
It was things like that, bro.
Now that I'm famous,
You
okay.
see. So I had times where it's sort of like I'd pop up on TV with like ads. There was a time where I was on this Castle Lager ad. And it was for the World Cup, so it went pretty big. It was on TV. I was on the app. A billboard. Right? I was the main guy. So it's like now you get things. Oh, Lindsay, you're doing so well. And I'm like, not you.
Yeah. I thought you blocked me. What
You
is this?
know, right? Like, so a distrust formed a bit, but also a healthy one.
Sure.
Because it's sort of like, and I think in that time I just wasn't sure if I would ever settle down even in that time. I just,
Is it because of the work?
The work, I think my mindset at the time as well.
Okay.
Just very distrusting.
Yeah.
So there was that healthy level, but also a level that wasn't healthy in terms of moving forward. And also I think I wouldn't know it at the time, but I don't think I love myself properly at the time.
Sure.
If I'm being honest.
Speaking to that, bro, what does that mean?
Like, it's just, there's certain times, I think also, as men, there's actually not even men, both men and women, when you date, there's a resilience that's healthy.
Sure.
In terms of, this is my person, or this is the person I potentially want to be with. In terms of men, there's a courting that needs to happen or whatever. That can turn into you not loving yourself. Because sometimes a woman's like, you're a Popeye to her.
Yeah.
Right? You know? And you think, oh no, these are the trials and tribulations that one has to go to get a woman like this. No, you just don't love yourself properly, so you don't realize that like you have no sort of esteem in that situation. And you just need to remove yourself. So I had a situation like that where it was just like, it was only later on where I was just like, damn, dog. Right? And I'm just the most chilled guy. So I'm just like, how did you not see this, bro?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Things like that were just not helpful.
Sheesh, bro.
So in turn, when I clicked, I just thought, oh, wow. How am I going to settle down now? Like, are women like that in general? Or is it just that, like, I'm very, like, it's because of stand-up as well. I'm one of those people where I can run up against a wall 40 times because I saw a crack. And I know sooner or later that wall has to fall down. And that's amazing for anything that's entertainment related, be it music, be it stand-up, whatever. But in normal human life, that's problematic because sometimes those aren't things you have to go through at certain stages. I don't think so. Like a marriage, yes. But now for a girlfriend,
hundreds, bro. Hundreds.
Right?
Hundreds, yeah. And I think the dudes who can't differentiate between the two, where somebody gives themselves, like wholly for a girlfriend. And we're not saying like, don't like invest.
That's not what I'm saying.
No. But like where you think, yes, man, this thing is, I don't like using the word toxic. But this thing is not going to work out for me, bro.
Exactly.
And for both of us, like this thing shouldn't be this difficult.
Exactly.
Right? And I think to your point, yes, like if I'm committed to somebody in a marriage, then we've said we're going to make this thing work.
You get me?
When we hit walls, we're like, hey, man, we're here forever. So let's try and see how we can either get over this wall or break through it, etc., etc. But if you're my girlfriend and that feels heavy,
extremely heavy.
Yeah, it's like
Extremely taxing, bro.
Nah, bro.
And it's also like, I think for me at the time, my relationship with God was like dusty.
Yeah, sure.
So it's sort of like
Sure.
my perception and reading of things.
Yeah.
General life is great because of stand-up. That's what I do. I'm supposed to make normal things funny. But my own life in terms of things like that, love and things like that,
Tough, bro.
tough, because those are eternal decisions.
Yeah.
I don't think God would allow you to have proper discretion for eternal decision without him.
Hundreds, bro. Hundreds. How else do you make that?
You get me?
Yeah, how
Because
else
it's
do you
sort of
make
like,
those
how can he let you
decisions?
rock?
Yeah. Sure.
How can he let you rock without him properly in such a proper phase of your life? It's going to be like, no,
Yeah.
this is not going to work out.
Yeah, bro.
Because even with stand-up, it's sort of like that was going well, but it took COVID happening for me to take a break and just be like, yo, I am tired.
Yeah. Chill, bro.
I've been doing this thing
Yeah.
night in, night out.
Yeah. Grafting, bro.
And it's sort of like, then it let me know, like, there's life outside of stand-up. It's okay for me to get my life together outside of stand-up.
Sure,
And
bro.
yeah, it was, and obviously that's when God also was like, hey, come back.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to go without me.
Sure. And obviously now that you're married, your stand-up is obviously part of your marriage.
Yeah.
And I want to get into that. But before we go there, bro, you know, when you were speaking about just this period of your life where it felt like, you know, you were just grafting, and obviously COVID forced you to stop and reflect.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people would say, like, comics are the most depressed people. And when I was one, I used to be like, yeah. But like my life was just rough
Yes.
around that period, you know.
Yeah,
so
sure.
so I wasn't
But
answering the question.
you have a stand-up background.
Yeah.
Like in terms of you should be doing stand-up because of how you're...
Because of how I grew up.
You grew up, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you have.
But I answered the question based on how my life was at that point as well. But it wasn't objective, because just even outside of comedy, my life was just rough.
Yes.
Right? Homeless, parents divorced, school fees not paid, just no direction.
Sure,
Life was tough, right? And I was pushing through, man, just trying to get through varsity however I could, etc., and you know, just it was a tough season. And so when I heard that the first time, I was like, yeah, look at my life, and I'm like, just chill, bro. Like it's just this is just the moment. Let's hang out, bro. Chill. But you've been in it for a while. Would you say that's true, bro?
About the depression thing.
Yeah.
I can see why.
Okay.
I think when I entered stand-up, I probably had a long-lasting depression.
Sheesh.
I spoke about it in my one-man show a bit, but it was just from like my ability to think a lot.
Which was dope, bro, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
That thing was
Thank you
fire.
so much, bro.
That thing was fire.
My ability to think a lot and whatever that causes an anxiety and a depression, and especially if it's not channeled properly. And I probably, from me not making it as a footballer, that really, because it was like my whole thought process was invested in to being that.
Sure.
And I think on my part, the effort, I didn't put in enough effort.
Sure.
And that's because it's sort of like you can't go back in time and be like, hey, Mpana, go run now. You know, it's gone.
Yeah, and
right?
football has a window, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sport in general and stuff like that. And also a window mentally. So sometimes it's done for you mentally.
Sure.
Your body might not be done, but you mentally, you can't get that push, right? Yeah. So that sinks you deeper and deeper, and started becoming more recluse, more to myself. But then you think, you're always thinking. But now it's not anything creative or whatever. It's destructive or divisive to you progressing forward. So stand-up gave me a channel to make it more creative.
Sure.
Which was great, but it's also like you haven't dealt with the actual thing.
You're just hiding behind the jokes, bro.
You get me?
Yeah.
And then at a point, the jokes do get more dark, right? And like I said, I have that thing with a woman where it's sort of like I'm not loving myself properly and whatever, and it's sort of like that in turn becomes this thing. But it's still funny, but it's sort of like because you said it in a joke doesn't mean you've dealt with it.
Sheesh.
Which is crazy because.
And you say it night after night.
Yes.
Somewhere you believe I'm dealing with this thing.
Exactly. People are laughing. Right. Like I have this joke about this thing is hilarious though. But there's this girl I used to work with. She was coming out of a 5-year relationship. And I was there for her and whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously we end up feeling each other, forming feelings for each other and whatever. Right. And then her ex-boyfriend comes back into the picture and this guy proposes.
No way, bro.
Right.
No way.
And I'm there like,
no way. The same guy who broke up with her.
Yes.
No way.
Right. So obviously I played off as a joke, whatever. But the crazy thing is when that thing is happening, right, you in your mind are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That means they were talking the whole time. Nobody just comes and proposes.
What was I comforting here, bro?
What part of this thing didn't I get, bro? Like it was just the whole, right? So that stuff is it's funny to say on stage and like come up with new ways to twist it, but it's sort of like until you actually look at that properly, like, oh damn, I was actually made of Popeye.
Yeah,
and
bro.
How do I look at that properly and not like in 5 years' time want to beat up people because I didn't deal with that.
Exactly, bro.
That's
that makes me think of a conversation about men having feelings. Right?
Sure.
And obviously, like for the longest time, various kinds of media have promoted this idea that like we just cognitive beings. We don't feel anything.
Sure.
You know, we, just stumping around and whatever. But like more and more dudes are like, It's like, wait, man. Like, guys, listen, I'm not a rock.
Yeah.
Bro, right? Like, I also feel, bro.
I get rocked.
Yeah, please.
I get rocked.
Please,
I get
bro.
rocked.
Right?
I get
Like,
rocked.
yeah. Like, that's hurtful, bro.
That's painful, bro.
Yeah.
And imagine I got that news. I'm about to go play soccer with the same Saturday soccer I play where that guy told me I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm about to go play
yeah.
soccer. I see this message. Hey, Mang proposed. I'm like, I can't even open it, right? I just have to put my phone away.
Yeah.
And just go play soccer like everything's normal. But inside I'm like, hey.
Yeah, bro. and you can't. And that's the thing where I'm like, even in spaces like that, it's hard for you to be like, yo, gents, I'm gonna play, but today, like, it's hard,
don't
man.
feel-
Yeah, and then they're like, dog.
I don't come with that.
You want to be benched, bro. Like, I don't come with this energy.
Go play
here, dog.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, please, bro. Don't you want to be referee? Ay, no, my dog.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, we need spaces where we could chat, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but I found at least for husbands, at least let me speak for me, like in marriage, that's been a big part and a space for me to just be like,
Yeah.
yo, man, I feel, bro. Right? And my wife just being like, dope, let's talk about that. And I think I'm blessed that my wife has found ways, and because we were friends and you guys were friends, maybe you can speak into this as well, that she's found ways to press my buttons so that I could open up and speak, you know what I mean? Because I was actually saying, I think I was saying this to her, that sometimes we say that men don't want to talk, and I'm like, nah, bro, we speak, man. Like, gents together.
Yeah,
Talk,
we'll rock the proper thing.
Yeah, but we found ways to press buttons that women don't know, right? They don't have the cheat code.
Sure.
Like, everything else has trained us to know what the cheat code is to press the buttons, you know? So it's R&B songs, it's movies, even church, you know? If you mess up now, bro, you're going to go to Woolies and buy flowers and some chocolate. Right? That's like at the bottom of the cheat code. Like, obviously there's other things that media has taught us, right? But I'm like, easy. Any loser, bro, just any punk, just be like, my dog, if you mess up,
Just go do this.
what are you gonna do? They'll tell, I'll buy flowers and chocolate. Easy, right?
Sure.
But I'm like, flip the question around and ask women. So
What are you doing in this up?
yeah.
They don't know.
0, bro. 0, right? But I'm like,
Sure.
if I've stuffed you up, bro, and screwed up, I know how to press
I hear
certain
you,
buttons to be like, yo, man, listen.
I messed up
let's-
like this,
Yeah,
like this.
let's
I
actually
hear
have
you.
this conversation.
Sure.
So that you can also
Sure,
open up
sure,
and be
sure.
like, dog, yeah, you messed up, you know,
I hear you there.
and find ways in which we can speak. But I found it hard, not even impossible, but very rare, bro, that women would say, yo, man, let me press this button. But at least in marriage, and I think because
marriage is a very open field.
Yeah, we've been friends before we got married. We came in, her knowing what buttons to press.
Sure.
So that, you know, I could just be like, yo, man, I feel stuff, and here's what I feel, and here's
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think that's why, like, I knew before getting married that I'd need to marry my best friend.
Dope.
Because it's also like, Mish is like super like emotionally intelligent. Like obviously intelligent in general, but emotionally intelligent, like super. And like she picks up on patterns very quickly.
Sure.
And it's also like, I think you learn from each other in marriage.
Yeah.
So I pick up patterns because of stand up and stuff, trying to see the irregularity in things.
Yeah.
And that's made her even more aware of things. But like we're big on consideration. So it's sort of like, if I'm considering you all the time, then that allows me to know how to let you open up.
Sure, bro.
So she's very dope in terms of that. And like, from when we were dating even, I think it was dope that if things become difficult for me, I could tell her.
Sure.
Like, literally, this is what I'm feeling about this. And
Dope, bro.
yeah, and I was telling you earlier that things have been harder in life with me being a Christian. Yeah. Like, in general. Yeah. More struggles, more crying. Yeah. You know, like, I'm not gonna lie to anyone. I don't come with people like, when you're there with Jesus, it's just backflips. It's not, bro. It can't be, because it's sort of like you're doing things the right way.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah.
You're trying to make money the right way.
That's hard.
You're trying to speak to people the right way. You're trying to consider people around you. Not everything.
Love your wife the right way.
Exactly. Not everything is about you.
Oof, bro.
Dad the right way. So many things, right? So it's sort of like, when you're doing that, things are hard. But like with Mish, it's like really, really dope, because it's only later on where you realize, this person, I tell them everything.
Yeah. If this person would rat on me now,
hey, I'm dust.
finished, bro.
Imagine now after a comedy set, hey, you guys are laughing. You don't know this guy.
Imagine she stands up.
He's a little boy. Yeah. Don't look at him like this. Cry sometimes. Yeah. So it's like things like crying. I generally, I'm not a fan of crying.
Sure.
I'm not a fan of it. And not because,
here's the funny thing. You don't look like a fan of crying, bro.
I'm not.
Like, when I see you, I'm like, this dude has never cried.
Yeah, I'm not a cry, because it's not even that, hey, I'm a man. No. This is just a personal thing because I just believe that crying requires you to do nothing afterwards. People just cry, you go to sleep. Don't
run away.
You get me?
You have to deal with this
exactly.
thing.
And the other thing is, as a man, sometimes people must be. The other thing is, even in this conversation about, maybe people say toxic masculinity and whatever, there are certain roles that men are looked at for, where it's like, there's no time to cry now.
1,000.
You get me? So if we're at a funeral, or we're planning a funeral, and African families are usually banding together behind a man who's saying, okay, we're not life policy more, we're going to do this and this. Sure. Now imagine if that guy, hey,
crying,
that Tabo guy, he's crying.
Yeah.
Right? Now everyone's like,
I used to buy cows.
You get me? I was like, I just can't right now. It's like, no, you get me? And now, this is, people mustn't take it the wrong way, but you get what I'm saying.
No, hundreds, bro.
So it's
sorry to cut you off, but part of being a man is finding spaces to grieve afterwards.
Yes.
So there's moments when stuff hits the fan and you're like, I want to cry, I want to grieve, but right now
I need to
get through this
exactly.
thing. And then I think being part of being a man, bro, is saying and being able to say that to your loved ones, because I think if you don't grieve, bro, you become rubbish.
More dust. Exactly.
For your family.
That's what I'm trying. Probably that's what I'm trying to say. There's a time for this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like when my grandfather died.
Yeah.
And my grandmother. When the news broke, Mish was there with me.
Sure.
Especially my grandfather. We were house sitting. And I get this call and they tell me he's passed, and I just broke down, bro.
Sheesh, bro.
Like fell to the ground, even just crying. And it's like, for me, I believe those moments, yes, I need to cry there and then. The funeral, I can cry there and then. But all these other moments when they say, hey, we need you to go get this and this, and I'm like, guys, I just can't go to Checkers right now. I'm like, nah, dog. Hey, let's go to Checkers, bro.
I can't cook the meat.
You can't cook the meat.
I'm
It's
crying,
like,
bro.
you know.
Yeah.
But with Mish, yeah, she's seen me cry
Still, bro.
post like funerals and stuff, just in life in general, where I'm just like, it's a lot right now. It's a lot. And being an artist, being a creative, because now that's how I see myself. And I think that's one thing where I wish, I'm not a fan of like going back in time, but I wish I could have told the younger version of myself
Sure.
that it's fine that you're a creative.
Yeah.
And you should know that you're one,
Yeah.
and just tap into it.
Yeah.
Because it's only now, later on in life, it's sort of like as I get on, like
Yeah.
I'm 30 now, and I'm like, damn,
Sure.
there's so many things
Yeah.
I like doing, I'm
Yeah.
dope at doing, I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, some of it is like no training.
Sure.
So like I'm a writer.
Sure.
I didn't train to do that.
Yeah.
But it's a dope thing. And I used to make music.
Sure.
So it's sort of like, we were with friends like 3 weeks ago. We used to make music. Like Leroy, you know Leroy.
I know Leroy.
Leroy
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
beats
Yeah,
and stuff. So it was
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like Leroy used to make beats. We used to rap at his house. And it was like, we're like, why don't we stop doing this thing?
Sure. Yeah.
Why don't we just continue making music because we can? Like, we're old enough to just rock because we want to do something.
Sure.
So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, back to the point. Mesh is like really, really dope in terms
dope,
of
bro.
that. Like just, yeah, like, bro. Like even sometimes I'm just like, yeah, this woman is the one, dog.
Yeah.
She's the one.
That's dope, bro. So 2020, speaking about the woman who's the one, you now sitting there reflecting on your stand-up comedy. You've quit your job by then.
Yeah.
And then in steps your friend and you're like, this chick is nice now.
Yeah, it's not now.
You,
I've been known.
When did you think she was?
No, there was no part in my life where I didn't know she was nice.
Oh, you dated her when you were in grade
Yeah,
8.
so I always knew that, like, this one probably, but it was also like, the life happens and so many things, and you start, because the thing is, there's one thing with God which is dope, right?
Yeah.
There's no alternatives.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
no multiple times, and human beings like thinking like that, right?
Yeah.
Like even now, we're saying, I wish I could go back to my former self. And say, I
Yeah.
wish there's only one
there's no
way that
multiple
things.
choice
You
here.
get me? There's
Yeah.
only one way that things happen.
Yeah.
Which is the dopest thing ever about
Yeah.
God, because that lets you know there's only one plan.
Yeah.
There's no maybe if he does this or
No,
they say
hundreds,
because
bro.
it's weird as human beings. That's how
Sure.
we think.
Sure.
Like today if I got black with my left instead of my right,
right. Yeah.
this will happen.
It
No,
changes, yeah.
Yeah, there's
The
no
butterfly
change.
effect.
Exactly. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So with Mish, I think it's always just there was no other woman. It was always gonna be.
Sheesh.
But I always thought top of the
Top.
range. I just thought maybe not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe that falls into the
Yes.
not loving yourself part.
Sure. Not thinking, wow, dog, I'm valuable enough for
Yeah,
her.
the best is for me.
Yeah. But I mean, we should marry above ourselves. So maybe that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. You saw she was here and you're like, yeah, dog.
always.
Yeah.
No part of me thinks I married below. I all know like
Yeah, no, hundreds. Me
lucked
too, bro.
out.
Me too.
I
I'm
lucked
like,
out.
yeah, there's one moment where I'm pissed. Where I'm like, this chick doesn't know what she is. She's nuts, bro. Actually, can you see me, bro?
There's only one time. At our wedding when we were doing the shoe game thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Who's more beautiful?"
Mm-hmm.
There's something in me that will never admit that I'm uglier than someone else. So I said I'm more beautiful than Mish. I was like, "Hi, mama." And
We'll sort this one at
the
home,
worst
but
thing is, like there was parts of of like our guests were like, this guy. The others were like, we know him.
Yeah.
We know him.
And
That
she-
much, I love
she
myself
probably
that
rose-
much to know.
Raised your shoe as well.
I think she did.
Yeah. Props, keeper, bro, right there. Sheesh.
Oh, man.
So in 2020, when you thinking, okay, I'm gonna start dating this girl, are you thinking I'm dating her to marry her?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, not even, it's sort of like when we decided to date,
Yeah.
from that moment, it was like, this is going to be marriage. There's no other way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's no sort of future where this is not marriage. Yeah,
sure.
it was just like we'd be wasting time.
Dope.
Imagine knowing somebody for that long.
Dope, bro.
You know what they're about.
Yeah.
And then just being like, okay, we're going to get into this relationship and see how, like, why would we do that? Like, we're trying to make it not work.
Wasting my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was always.
So, and at that point, bro, you know your corporate salary, you know what you're getting for comedy, right? And I would assume, I mean, funny enough, until now, comedy was probably the most paying thing I've ever done.
Right?
Yeah, bro. There was a corporate gig I did where they paid me like $6,000 for 5 minutes.
That's nice stuff about comedy.
I was like, this is like, there's somebody who's worked hard. They didn't get paid $6,000 for 5 minutes, bro. Right?
I hear you.
But obviously it's unstable. It's not like
It's not always every day.
It's not every day. So at that moment when you think this is marriage, man, and as a dude,
Yeah.
are you thinking, Yassi, how am I gonna make this thing happen? Because obviously somewhere, maybe you were consciously thinking about kids, but somewhere you are thinking about kids. You're thinking
Yeah.
about building, etc., etc. Or maybe where you're like, this chick is a lawyer, she'll take care of us.
Dude. You know what the thing is, bro? I think like I think because of how Mish is,
Yeah.
that wasn't even a consideration.
Okay.
I think it's sort of like she's my biggest fan.
Yeah.
All those people on Instagram who push our likes and laughs at, they think nah. Biggest fan is Michelle. So it's sort of like
bro.
she was also pushing for me to leave corporate
Sure.
and move into more creative spaces, because she's like she sees the talent for bigger things,
Yeah.
even more than stand up, more than I do sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Because like I get tunnel vision of, I'm doing this thing now and I'm gonna rock it and whatever.
Yeah.
But she also she was a big proponent in terms of saying, nah, God's gonna rock us the right way if we do the right thing and believe in His plan and your talent and what He's got planned for that talent. So she was a big help, because it's sort of like, not to be that guy, but if I was dating someone else,
No, hundreds, bro.
things become harder, because
1,000.
you get me, because it's
Yeah.
sort of like practicality and things like talent.
Yeah.
Ooh, they don't work well together.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially in South Africa.
Exactly. Right. It's very, very difficult, and it's sometimes it would for me, it would have made me doubt myself more.
Yeah.
If Mish was like, hey, but Lins, how are we going to,
Yeah.
you know,
Sure,
because
bro.
it's sort of like, hey, brah, I'm already doing this thing for like 3 years, and you know, there's a bit of rave reviews here and there and whatever, and what I need at that time is people in my corner to really believe that we can do this thing.
Still, bro.
Because generally, and this is for anyone dating an artist, it's sort of like, if you don't believe in the vision and that person enough, like, you've already got a problem, bro.
Leave.
Leave. Because you're only going to cause me problems going forward. Because imagine now, because there's going to be times where you make expensive mistakes.
Yeah.
One, or you need to take a leap.
Yeah.
And you need that person who's with you to be like, let's go.
Sure.
Now, when you have that person like, hey, don't go, you don't know. It's like, oh, my days. Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, hundreds, bro. 1,000. And bro, I'm saying leave not because I think, like, you know, if you like a corporate gent or a corporate hun, like, I'm saying you're not supportive. It's gonna be tough for you, bro.
it's gonna continuously be tough
It's
in
gonna
cycles.
be tough, bro. Like, the odds is hard, right? Especially where we are. I know a couple of dudes in other African countries, you know, who are doing whatever, singing, comedy, poetry full time.
Yeah.
And the markets work differently. You know, in South Africa there's money, but like the pool for artists is too small.
Yes.
There's money, but the pool is
Doesn't filter to everyone.
right? So you'll get other African countries where like the pool is big enough for people, but there's not enough money.
Sure.
Right? So there's a lot of dudes who are doing stuff, and there's enough room to accommodate all of them as artists. Poetry, producing, singing, rapping, dancing, whatever. But there's just no moolah, right? So they can't do this thing full time. They have to go get other gigs. For us, there's money, but the pool is small, bro.
Exactly.
So I'm like, you'll take music. I'm like, okay, so you'll get into the music pool, right? And then like the biggest chunks go to like Afrikaans music and like traditional gospel, right?
Sure.
And then everyone else has to share whatever is left in the middle.
And
bro.
Rebecca's not giving anyone anything.
Don't forget it. Those German cuts cost money, right? just you're not giving up that pool for nothing, bro, right? So I'm like, the rest of us have to share all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
So then you come in and you get the slice of hip hop that Casper and Rest in Peace, aka, were taking, right?
Sure.
And then there's all these other rappers after them. And then you get me, who was doing Christian hip hop, which is like a subgenre now of a subgenre.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like literally, what am I getting, bro? Nada. Right?
I hear you.
And then crazy me, I want to do this thing full time. So I'm like, at that point, if you're a corporate hun, who's gonna be like, yo, man, I'm all about, you know, there's clear trajectory
In life,
yeah,
yes.
promotion is here. If I do this, get this qualification, I move this level.
You get
if
me?
I work 2 hours extra, I get this promotion.
And in 5 years,
whatever.
this is where I should be.
This is where I should be. I would have killed that hunt, bro. She would have died.
You get me?
Because I'm like, bro, me and my wife rocked music full time for the past 10 years, right? But because we're both in it, we saw the ups and downs, we saw the ebbs and flows. Things were tough for one person, another person is thriving.
Yeah.
Sometimes like there's a big check here, sometimes it's like, yo, there's no
Sure.
checks at all. But because we both in it and we like, yo, we'll you know, feel our way through it. We believe in what we're both doing. We're going to support each other, etc., etc. Even in the hard moments, there was a level of comfort and encouragement that we could give each other because we both understand where this thing is.
Exactly.
I didn't want to burden no person's child, bro, who would have been like me. I have a 5-year plan and I know where I want to get to.
That's the thing.
So that's why I'm like, leave.
I hear you 150,000%.
Don't get married and think this is going to change if you're married to an artist, right? And which I wanted to get to again, if I don't think that we should marry each other. And I want you to talk into this later, but I don't think we should get married to each other just purely because of our dreams. I think we should marry each other for each other. Our dreams come second.
Definitely that.
But as we dating, like I'm a lone guy. I don't have any responsibilities, and I meet you and I'm like, this thing is important. Let's see how it's going to fit into our marriage. I'm not saying that I'll leave you if you don't support this thing, but let's see how it's going to fit in. And then we can sit in the dating phase and talk about this thing. And if we both like, yeah, bro, this thing is going to creep up again, even when we married, it's not going to leave you.
Sure.
And I'm just a corporate gent. Yeah, maybe let's not do this, bro. Because it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be very tough. It's because the thing is, as an artist, you know how tough it is while being in the thing.
Yeah.
So you'll never want to lie to someone that, I get 80,000 every month. It's like, no, you don't, and it's okay. The person needs to know that. But like, with Mish, I remember she was commenting on one of your thingies to say that goals and things like that. Yeah. It's odd because it's like both of us were very chilled about that, because I think God comes in at the right time in terms of my story.
Sure.
So it's sort of like I really had to leave it up to him.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's very hard for me to say, hey, I want to do this now and you'll make it happen now.
Yeah.
Because you get me?
Yeah.
It's like I'm too considered for that.
Yeah.
And it's also like,
and it's not like you're not working though.
yes,
You are putting in
I'm
the
working
work.
my bums off. Right?
Hundreds, bro. Yeah.
And I just believe in like the biblical concept of working hard.
Yeah.
And God will do whatever He does, whatever He sees fit.
With that, yeah.
Right? And it's sort of like, it's probably the harder route to take,
Sure.
because it's sort of like you are literally leaving everything up to Him, and then you're saying, my hard work is in your hands.
Sure.
So there's no point where, because if you leave it up to yourself, it's like, when things happen, you're like, what am I doing wrong, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we both came in at a very God-filled time in our lives. So it's sort of like we're literally leaving everything up to God. And it's sort of like then He comes in and says, oh, okay, you two are together now. Okay, what do you want to do? So then I can tell Mish, okay, listen, I'm trying to go to Cape Town at this time.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Oh, okay, cool.
Sure.
This is how we can get money for it. This is how we'll save up. Okay, I'm trying to, like, now, my big thing is next year I want to do London or anywhere in the UK. So it's sort of like, now I start thinking about, like, oh, okay, it's not so much like these big goals or stuff like that, but it's like by virtue of the thing I do, like, which is dope. Like, these things are already set up.
Sure.
And yeah, I think as well, it's sort of like what's helped me is like the focus is on the actual work, not the actual goal or where to get to. Because I enjoy doing the actual thing.
Yeah, that's dope.
And so many opportunities have come from just doing the actual thing.
The thing. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the more you do the thing, the more then things or levels to the thing come.
Sure.
So you can say, oh, okay, I want to do the lyric theater now. I would like to do a theater show. So it was nice because the dreams and goals started forming more when we became a thing.
Sure.
Me by myself, it was just like, let's work hard.
Yeah. let's see where we end up. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Would you say she brought more structure? Into this whole thing? Yeah.
Way more structure, but it's also like there's something in you when you get married. Right, that just clicks. God does things in a weird way. Like, as a man, you're just like protect, provide. You know, and there's something in you where you're like, where it's sort of like He's like, okay, you've taken on this role to protect and provide for this woman. I'll help you do that.
Sure.
So even like in abundance. So it's sort of like this year more and more because Eden came along, right, and it was sort of like. Eden comes along, Mish is on maternity leave. She's taking less of a salary.
Sure.
Right? Somehow, I start working at an advertising agency.
Sure.
So they need a writer for like 3 months.
Wow.
A comedic writer.
Yeah. Wow.
Oddly enough. And
So
I've just
specific.
gotten like, they're just like, oh, we want a portfolio as well. We make a portfolio in like 2-3 hours.
Thanks, Canva.
You know, right? We've got like my Facebook post there and some of the writing work I've did. Like, and I haven't been writing for a long time. And they see it, they're like, oh, we love you, come through.
Still, bro.
So that gives us money. Then we get corporates in the middle of that. And it just helps us like navigate that period. And it was just like, you can't write this stuff. This is God. There's no one else who can help you out like that. It's impossible.
Bro. I strongly believe, bro, God will take care of kids, bro.
Yeah.
Having a kid is scary. Let me not sit here and like, oh, yeah, it's easy.
Bish says that a lot. Like, God will do it.
Yeah, it's scary, bro. But I know for sure. Financially, God, bro, no one can convince me otherwise.
Right?
God will take care of kids, bro.
And I think that's the thing. I think, obviously, as men and husbands, we need to have this conversation with other husbands.
Sure.
And other men who want to transition into that thing are scared because it's sort of like there's so many things that are natural progressions to life.
Sure.
That we underrate as natural progressions because it's like science or modern medicine has told us that, hey, just wait for this thing, or finance, wait for this thing, and then, and it's like, bro, or something else, or books have said, wait, mentally or whatever, but it's like, bro, like anything in life, and I think God has set up life like this, and life works like that. Like, you'll rock while you're there.
Yeah.
You can't be in grade 3 and now, hey, I'm so scared of grade 4,
four.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to get to grade 4 and rock it as well.
yeah.
So that's how life works.
That's how you pass grade 1 and grade 2, bro.
Exactly, right? Because it's like now we think, hey, when I have a kid, yo. And it's like,
Sure.
no.
Bro, it's that whole thing of letting tomorrow take care of itself.
Yes.
And not worrying about yesterday because it's gone, but being fully present in today. Right? Because that's what anxiety is, bro. Worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow and living in regret of what happened yesterday.
The past.
Yeah. And now you robbing yourself of the moment.
And the joy of today.
Bro.
We woke up today. We're all fine today. We ate today.
Bro.
There's so many things we did today.
Sheesh, bro.
That have nothing to do with yesterday.
And as a husband, leader, father, like how does that like encourage you, bless you, just knowing that, yo man, or even not knowing, but actively trying to live
for today.
For the moment, for
Dude,
today, bro.
It's wild. Remember we had that men's conference, where they were speaking about living in today and and giving your family joy. Bro, that thing rocked me so much because there was a thing that happened with me and Mish. Very personal. I won't go into too much detail.
Yeah.
Right, but it rocked us.
Yeah.
Right, and it rocked Mish first. Right, and it was just like I needed to be so strong for her at that time and just be like, hey, don't worry, I got you right now. We're gonna rock this thing. And then she came out, and then for me, it was rocking me incrementally, bro. Over time, right?
Is that a man thing, bro? Because that's me.
Right.
Like you slap me now, I'll obviously adrenaline will kick in. I'll probably defend myself. But tomorrow, I'm like, yeah, see that I hate that dude, bro. And I want to go back there, bro.
I think it might be.
I'm like,
bro.
it hurts now. Yeah.
And it's so difficult because it was just incrementally rocking me, and I was just like, yo, and pray to God and just like, hey God, just heal me of this shandy, because it's it's not nice.
Sure.
Right. And it's sort of like, it's one of those things where it's sort of like it's for me and Mish to fully like feel this thing and break through. And in that moment when we heard that thing on Joy, it was so like groundbreaking, because it was like, for me right now, this thing is rocking me incrementally and I'm not passing down joy.
Sure, bro. Yeah.
And it helped me like get over that hill and just be like, okay, it's so important, because it's sort of like you have this, you're carrying your family, whether you know it or not, and like they'll be with you on this journey that you're carrying them through, and obviously God ultimately is carrying all of you. But it's sort of like, make that joyful for them.
Sure.
Like just give them that, because it's sort of like it's actually not difficult, because there's a joy you can have while suffering.
Yep.
Right? Because it's like, imagine if we're poor right now and we're poor together and we wake up while I'm putting butter on that bread because there's no jam and that's all we have. If I'm making jokes,
it's funny.
That's a nice time for us,
good,
right?
bro.
It's all good. It's all good because it's sort of like we know we have each other.
Yeah.
So it's like those things it's super important for men, and it's sort of like we don't get told things like that. What we told is like, provide.
Man up.
Man up, provide financially. As long as there's food in that fridge, people must be happy. And it's like, nah, dog. The whole household isn't happy. You get home with you grumpy because you're providing.
And the fridge is full of paloni, but people are grumpy, bro.
That's another thing that Mish said to me. She was like, she saw how much corporate took out of me and drained me when I came inside the door. And she's like, this is not the man I married. Or this is not the man that I started dating, because we're still dating. It's not the man I'm dating.
What?
Like, this guy is coming through the door and I can see he's finished. This is not him. This is not the full version of him.
She would have rather prioritized your joy than you bringing a big paycheck home, bro.
Yeah. Till this day, even, I guess. And same thing, because Mish herself stopped practicing law and law things. And yeah, she moved into working for a seminary and all that stuff. And it was dope because both of us had that mentality that it's sort of like you've really got to enjoy what you do because it's also like what you do as well. It's like it's semi a ministry if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The people around you.
Yeah.
Because people gravitate towards the joy and enjoyment of what you do. People will ask you when you come here, you always, what is it? You're like, nah, it's Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no one else.
Yeah. Sure.
It's not me by myself. I
We
don't wake up.
all get paid the same amount.
You
Why
get
would
me?
we be happy?
You get me? I don't wake up and read some mantra somewhere that I will live in today and today is joy from the sun. I don't do that because that's, and I think more people need to see that because the other thing we need to be honest about, 60 to 70% of people are not enjoying what they do at all. And it rips so much from them every day. And it
affects
sort of
the
like,
families, bro.
You see. And COVID was a time where a lot of people got a chance to actually introspect on that. And a few people were literally, I'm never going to do this again. Others were like, I have no choice.
Dog. You know what's hard, man? I'm like, and here's the thing. I'm like, dog, there's nothing wrong with money. Like, we want money.
Yeah, I hear you there.
But money's expensive. Money costs.
Right?
Right? So yes, I can have the car I want. I can have the house I want. I can have the clothes I want. Eat the food I want.
Sure.
But if that's costing my joy, that doesn't
Forget it.
like filter down to
I
my
hear
wife
you.
and my children.
Forget it.
Forget it.
It's
bro.
not worth it.
Because here's the thing. Again, I'm like, the fridge is full of balloon. My kid goes to the best school, bro.
Right.
My wife can decide if she wants to start sewing. She wants to be I don't know, bro, like wants to be a yoga instructor.
I hear you.
Because there's all the money in the house. But we're not happy, bro. We're not joyous.
Not joyous. We don't. I think.
Because of me.
Right.
As the husband. And I would say this here, bro, and I advocate for this, especially after the conference we went to. I was like husbands are the joy carrier.
You have to be.
If you don't carry joy as a husband, bro, forget it, bro.
It filters down to everyone, and everyone's like, "This is how we rock in this house. We angry."
Or your family's gonna find other avenues for joy.
I hear apart from you,
Apart from
away
you,
from
bro.
you. They're like, hey, this guy
Netflix
sucks,
is gonna
this
be
guy."
more joyous to your wife than you. You know, Peppa Pig is gonna be more joyous to your son more than you. Right? And then I'm like, dog, like you provide and protect, but part of what you bring as well, bro,
It's joy.
which I think is bigger than protection and provision, bro. Right? Because you can protect.
I think it's bigger.
Why preserve lives that will live in misery, bro? Right? I've protected you, whatever, electric fence, I have a gun, taekwondo. You know, I could chop a bear if it comes in, bro. But then after chopping the bear, you're miserable. Your wife is miserable.
Yeah.
She feels protected, but she's miserable,
Miserable.
bro. She wished that bear killed her. Because that's how miserable she is.
It's like, let it in again.
Yeah. Your son is like, just let the lion come in and kill us, Dad. Because that reality is actually better than living with you. Yeah, bro.
It's difficult. I think money has so much power.
Sure.
In terms of how it can blind us to things.
Sure.
That are like super relevant and super just important to how God works in our lives.
Yeah.
Because like money is a tool. And like it's supposed to be used as one.
Yeah.
But like we use money like air. Like it's sort of like, and it's sort of like God, we think money comes from itself.
Yeah.
But like God is the one that imparts the money.
Yeah.
Like he'll open the opportunities for
1,000,
money.
bro, yeah.
And then so it's sort of like once you have a healthy view of it, the better it works in your life.
Sure.
So it's sort of like, because it's also like we would view a life where you don't accumulate a certain amount of money to do a certain amount of things as worthless.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like,
So wrong, bro.
right? Because it's sort of like, imagine if me and Mish, right, we never leave our 2-bedroom apartment there in 4 ways, and we live there until we die. And I just get moderate success as a comedian.
Sure.
And Mish just works at the seminary until she gets old.
Yeah.
and like we serve Jesus our whole lives.
Sure, bro.
It's sort of like, why would we view that as a failure? But people will always be like, no, you guys didn't end up with the house in Blue Valley. You didn't have 13 cars, or you didn't, and it's like, it's a weird thing because it's like, at the end of the day, what does that all mean?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Especially if we fulfilled our purpose in terms of what God wanted us to do with our talents and with our whatever. It's sort of like, what would human perception of my life mean to what God wanted me to do? It's very weird, but it's also like,
sheesh.
It's dope when I think artists click more to that more than anyone else.
Yeah,
it's just obviously as the money comes in, right?
Yeah,
that's when it's like, hey, yeah, this thing is Mnandi.
Yeah, 100%.
You guys are saying I can do what on a Monday?
Yeah.
Right? So,
for how much?
For how much? Right? It's weird, but it's sort of like, that's why sometimes you see like big creatives and you think to yourself, these guys are super special in terms of what, like Mr. Beast, for instance, where you hear that hey, a lot of the money is just funneling back into the content creation, because then you see it's not really about money, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
There's something bigger that this person is creating or whatever. So those things are like encouraging, because you're like, the craft means something.
Sure.
And that for me, that's dope. I know others are like, yeah, but I want to eat, dog. I want to eat properly.
Yeah.
I'm more like, yeah, that's cool.
Sure.
But it's also like a lot, because maybe sometimes it's a bad quality of mine.
Yeah.
Like when you do something that maybe you've hyped up in your brain, or other people have hyped up, or you get to a certain place or whatever, and you get there and you're like,
yeah. It's not it.
This is not it. This is not the one that people are speaking of. It's not as enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's also sometimes I think that's a grace from God to let you know that nothing is that special or that important. Even your relationship with your wife.
Sure, bro.
Your relationship with your kids.
Say that.
Like those things are amazing, guys. They're like super, super dope. But they all pale in comparison.
Nah, bro. Yeah,
right? It's not like, you should know that as soon as it becomes, then you know that there's probably something wrong with how I'm viewing it.
Yeah. I need to pause here, bro.
I need to pause, because when it disappoints me, it's gonna rock me like
1,000, bro. And again, this is not to say that like we don't think money is important, or like you're not called to be a good steward of money.
No, you definitely called to be a good steward of money.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, hundreds, bro. You have to. You have to. You will end up on the street. Right? There's nothing funny about that.
And people will loathe you.
Yeah.
And like rightly so, because it's sort of like, imagine, especially if we're saying money is a tool that God gives you, and then you're busy playing around with that tool.
Nah, bro.
Now your kid is going to Jabulani Comprehensive because of you.
You
had a chance. You had a chance for like St. Augustine or something.
Yeah. You messed it up, bro.
You messed it up, dog.
Busy taking the screwdriver and you just putting it everywhere. Yeah. Chill, right? But so when you guys were getting married, bro, obviously you in between like doing stand up and you like going back into corporate, you're doing stand-up, you're going back into corporate, and then you're thinking about wedding bills, what was happening then, bro?
Bro, like the honest truth is that me and Mish, in terms of getting married, we wanted the most simple thing ever.
Sure.
We literally wanted the most cost-effective wedding ever, because,
Stop.
Again, my accounting background and my financial position as a comedian dictates that, and just like the thing that I said to you just now, that you get into situations and you're there and you're like, this one isn't it.
Sure.
Paid too much money for this or whatever. So that became a consideration. We really didn't want to do that. I think our parents, black people, with lofty ideas of how weddings should be, they were more on, hey, we need this many people, whatever. But it was a thing of me saying that, listen, if you guys want to rock that way, Libala, I'm not paying anything.
Yeah.
I'll pay for my suits and the lobola and those traditional gifts and all that stuff. That I'll do. That's the reason why I continue working, obviously. But in terms of the wedding itself,
you guys...
we said no.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in our thinking to do that. Because, there's a lot of things that are just, in terms of financial literacy,
Sure.
so it's like if I was working a proper 9 to 5 from the age of 18 until, or age of 21 until now 30, and I'm getting married or whatever, I get it. Wedding,
You saved
whatever.
up.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
sure.
I was a comedian, and that's what I was pushing. And it's sort of like after this, I have to take care of Mish.
Yeah.
And we could potentially have a kid,
Yeah.
which we
Which
did
you
end up
did.
having, which I knew was gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So it was sort of like, for me, it was always a thing of how come we don't think like that?
Sure.
Like to say that, hey, when this thing comes, or when we start living together or whatever, so many things become part of that thing, and I can't come back now and say, hey, Mama Zala Kupa 1, 2, 3,
Nah, bro.
because now people are like, hey, you're not even a
too.
man in your own house, hey, and it's like, I'm not a man because of you.
yeah, bro.
So yeah, bro, bro, these things, we could have a long thing about these things,
Yeah.
where it's sort of like I said, the big part of mine and Mish's marriage, consideration for each other. It's
dope, bro.
massive. So, and for other people. So even in terms of the wedding, we thought, well, we want it this way, but we have to consider everyone else and
Yes.
these families coming together.
Yes.
And if we have a kid and these families aren't together, you create bigger problems.
Sure.
So let's consider that. But yeah, I just wish for more consideration among people, because once we have consideration for each other, a lot of the fights that are going to happen in the future will not.
Yeah.
Because I've considered that, hey, if I do
good,
this,
bro.
Black might do this, and
Yeah.
then it creates a tension that's not healthy.
Yeah. And I think, bro, that's a big quality to have in marriage, man. If you're not gonna consider the other person, or you're struggling to consider, yeah, you're gonna have a tough time, bro.
And especially people who are passive aggressive. Because then now it's 2 weeks of somebody,
Yeah.
every time they give you food, they go,
Yeah.
And you know, guys, sometimes you just like, oh, if somebody
Yeah.
doesn't want to speak, it's fine.
Yeah, that's us, bro. Oh.
Oh,
Uh-huh. You'll see yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
that thing is messed up. That whole thing is crazy,
Yeah,
right?
that thing is heavy,
Because
bro.
it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like
1,000, bro.
Because it's like, what's going to stop you from being like, what's wrong? And the person says what's wrong, then you can be like, okay, I understand what's wrong. But now when you do this thing, that doesn't help us. Now you're able to like
Yep.
get together and form like a proper pattern going forward.
Bro, in marriage, you fight about fighting, you talk about talking. Right? You never just talk. Like we're talking about the issue. No, we'll talk about the issue, but we'll talk about how we spoke about the issue.
Sure.
Right? We'll fight about how we fought about the
Yeah.
issue, bro. Right? So I'm like, you need to be considerate. You need to have energy to just be like, yo, man, okay, let's slow things down. Let's consider stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's go back to step one. How did this start?
Yeah.
Okay, when you do this and
Yeah.
you don't, I feel like, oh, okay.
Sheesh.
Right?
Yeah, I know
And
you
it's
have
crazy
to, bro.
because it's sort of like the hard thing is feeling what someone's feeling as well. Just to be like, yo, that hurt them like this. I don't feel like that right now.
Yeah.
But I know how that feeling feels. I don't want you to feel like that.
Exactly. Empathy is, that's another thing, bro. Shucks, bro. So now you come together.
Yeah.
All of this has happened. And you alluded to this, and, when I had a live, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, Mish told me about you guys not coming into marriage with the idea that we're together so that we can, like, build a single dream.
Yeah.
As much as your dream as a comic was always there, but speak about formulating one vision, one dream, and you guys living for that together.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it's like, bro, you come together. Like I said, you don't have these lofty ambitions, and also it's sort of like I don't see like Mish as like the stepping stone to
Sure.
my stand up becoming even
Sure.
greater.
Sure.
Like she's a dope part of it now, but it's sort of like, and I don't see her as like, yeah, this is the fuel that's gonna gas me now
Yeah.
to become even greater because she's super great at motivating whatever. No, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like literally like, I think it's like we have a foundation in terms of you date or whatever, and God forms that foundation. But now you start and you're like, okay, we're at the foundation phase of this house we're building.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, okay. And it's like sometimes not even a conversation as much as it is a feeling out of every day.
Sure.
Becoming a thing, right?
Sure.
So it's sort of like, okay,
Yeah.
this is how we operate. Mesh, you're working this job now. Do you enjoy it? So I literally ask about stuff like that. Like, do you enjoy this thing? Where do you see this thing going? Because we spoke about this last week. There's so much in human beings where it's sort of like it's tied to where you're working and how you're working. And it's sort of like you feel you don't want to be there anymore, but the effort to pursue something else.
Because you've wrapped yourself around that. Yeah.
You get me?
Hundreds,
or even
bro.
look for something else. So you can tell everyone, hey, I really don't like this place or whatever. But to actually say, I'm not tied to this thing. I'm not an extension cord for this thing. It will carry on without me.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that leaving jobs has allowed me to fully, and not in a way of I'm not loyal.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like if I'm not loyal, I would have stopped doing stand up.
Sure.
Right? It's a thing of it's just like, is this working?
Yeah.
If it's not, you do not need to, because it's the joy thing again.
Yeah.
How do you? So it's sort of like things like that, feeling out things like that ends up at us saying, oh, this is where we're at now. This is where we're at now.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see yourself doing this for a while? Yes. Do you see yourself doing this for a while? Yes. Okay, let's progress.
Dope. And then you'll have a check-in some other time.
Yes.
Yeah, 100.
So when you feel a certain way about something, now we're like, oh, do you really? Because I had a thing with stand-up maybe post Eden. There was a time I didn't do stand-up, maybe 2 weeks, actually. but there was a thing in the scene that I wasn't really out, which was a lie. I was still out. But then, it was just a feeling, and crowds as well. Like, they don't receive stand-up the same in SA. There's less of a respect.
Yeah.
It's not really since COVID. We had a time where it was dope, and then it's just, there's an attitude that's forming, which is like a respect for the arts you don't always get in certain places.
Yes.
Which is problematic because it's sort of like, again, loving yourself. At what point is it you not loving yourself if you continue doing this thing in front of these people now?
Yeah. And they're like, nah,
exactly. So there was times
we don't want this.
Yeah, I think maybe 2-3 times this year I walked off stage.
Sheesh,
I was
bro.
like, I'm not gonna do this.
Sheesh.
Right. And then the last time I did it, I received mixed feedback from comedians. Others were like, you don't do that. These
Stick
guys
it
are,
out.
you stick it out. These guys are, you must. Then others were just like, you love this craft. We saw that today. You don't want it to turn into a mockery. So things like that. And Mish helped me navigate through that because it's sort of like she's looking from the outside in. Sometimes being inside clouds your judgment to this thing. So she was just like, I know you love stand-up. What's the actual issue? What's going on? How do you feel? What made you? That helped me so much. But then that helps so much because it's sort of like that allows me to know that in this thing that we're building together, there's a person who's right next to me like, okay, I care about you and I'm considering you in this thing. Do you still want to continue? If you don't, it's fine.
Sure.
You'll do something else.
That's dope, bro.
But yeah,
bro, that kind of support, man, is it's next level.
It's super helpful because it takes off like a stress off your back.
Oh, it's next level.
Because everyone else is not gonna give you, like, your best friend, yes, and a few people will give you that because they really love you and know you, right?
And let's be honest, they're going home.
Yes.
So it's easy for me to be like, yo, Linz, man, it's dope, bro. Keep pushing, blah, blah. Cool, man. Just $50 for gas. I'll see you, bro. Done. I don't have to wake up next to you. I don't have to plan a future with you. I don't have to have your kids. I like it. Yes, the support, but like, there's less commitment. You know what I mean? And naturally so. Like,
and it's okay. Yeah,
it's okay.
Like it's
okay. But being married,
I think it's as well like the sort of weight you get from the world.
Sure.
You can tell there's people who are very hesitant about whatever you do or whatever. And it's sort of like, I'm one of those people, I don't need you around me. Yeah,
Sure,
because it's
sure.
sort of like, why would we need to do that?
Sure.
We're not together in life, but you want to bring your negative.
Sure.
So it's like, I generally don't get it. And it's also like, bro, like art in general is such a beautiful thing
Yep.
for people to consume,
Yep.
for people to immerse themselves in, for people to open people's minds up to things. And it's sort of like anyone who tries to curtail that is not helpful for anyone.
Sure.
Like it's just like why would you need to do that to people?
Yeah.
Why would you need to break people's dreams? I remember there's a guy, don't forget him. I was working for him. His name is Stuart. So when I quit, the first time I quit to pursue stand up, this guy literally rocked me with the question of, do you think you're the next Trevor Noah? I was like, bro, you work every day. Do you think you're the next Bill Gates? I didn't say that to him, but I was just thinking, why would you say that to someone? Like,
sure.
I was like 20. How old was I? I was 20, 25, 24.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I already knew at that point of my life that people like this are not helpful to anyone.
100, bro. Yeah.
Because it's sort of like, I'm rocking this thing.
And he's
I'll
not
feel
even
the
hearing
effects.
you out
Yeah.
first.
He's
right?
never seen me do stand up. That was another thing. He's
Wow.
never seen anything.
Thanks,
So it's just
Dewey.
like, I was just like, hey, you think you're the next Trevor? And I'm like, damn, dog. Why you gotta hurt a nigga like that?
Yeah. I know I might not be, but I know I'm not working for you, bro. One thing I know now is that I'm leaving you, dog.
I'm God.
Yeah. That's Buck, bro. Maybe let's go here, bro, as we come to an end. Now you have a kid, bro.
Oh yeah.
How long how long were you guys married before you fell pregnant?
Yeah. I must work back because
It was months though.
it was months. Yeah, it wasn't a long. It was months, bro.
Yeah.
It was months. It just proved that I've got bullets in the chamber.
Yeah. Come on.
I tell people that like I was just testing to see if I can have one.
Yeah.
Now that I know that I can, shop's closed. Guys. Experiments done.
Yeah.
Thanks God. Like.
Thanks, G.
Yeah, but it was a few months, bro.
Sure.
A few months because we done the whole home affairs thing.
Yeah.
And then a few months, like Mish was pregnant by the time we were thingy. We were walking down the aisle.
Yeah,
like the
because
ceremony
you guys
thing.
signed first. Yeah. So you legally got married, obviously moved in together, and then smack, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it was just
Crazy.
like, and it was a dope thing because it was also like, it wasn't like I was scared for that. It was just like, again, natural progression. I am married.
Got her.
You get me? Me and my wife have consummated the thing.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like
Yeah.
a baby can pop out.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, yo.
Cyril
wow.
Ramaphosa knows we married. The
Right?
church knows we married. So
Exactly.
let's do it.
And it was, it's a surreal experience. It's just wild because it's like the natural things that happen that people cannot explain.
Yeah, sure.
Are wild. Both mother and father. It's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Money conversations before and after?
Before, I think again it was just that thing. Mish, very much like God's provided throughout. He's gonna continue. I felt the same, and then after he pops out, like I said, things just started. Work coming here and there.
Sure.
So that was amazing.
Still, bro.
And now, even through his life now, we just had one time where, I was working for these people and they had me on retainer to write scripts for them. And then the contract with the contracting company finished.
Sheesh.
And they're telling me on the 20th of the month.
No way.
Yeah, this is like 20th of September. So I'm like, wait a minute, right? I'm like, okay, fine. Contract's done, it's whatever. But I think to myself, obviously I'm getting paid the full retainer for this month.
Yeah.
I was on retainer I'm still on retainer for the whole month.
Yeah.
If you needed my services, you could have used me. I invoiced them my full retainer amount. They're like, "Hey, Baba, you only did one script for us this month. Invoice for one script." I'm like, "Wait a minute, no.
we've never
Obviously,
worked like this, bro."
we've never the retainer. Hey, they disputed the retainer, whatever. Took them to the CCMA.
Sheesh.
Then CCMA was like, "Listen, you're gonna have to go to labor court."
Sheesh.
Right, and these people they don't know Mish is a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With like
I
experience in the
forgot, bro. Yeah.
you get me. So yeah, then the labor court like the trial was set up and everything, and then they settled. They gave me my money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sometimes I wish
They
people would
probably have-
just like talk to you, bro. Just be like, "Hey, bro, listen. We also got messed up. Sorry, brother. Let's talk."
right.
But don't be like, "Nah, no."
You get me? Because I could have even like said I want my retainer for the next 3 months. I was like, no, I just want it for this
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
But then that was the one time. So that was a pretty hectic time because I didn't get money in that time. And then again, God pulled through like a few days afterwards.
Still, bro.
Another semi contract to write for another TV show. So it was like, okay,
Still, bro. Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, that thing will make you want to rock people because you're like, hey, my family needs to eat. You guys are busy playing around here. You want to give me my money.
Yeah.
I'll do a John Q.
I need to go home with joy.
You get me? I'll do a John Q. I'll lock everyone inside with a gun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. That's dope, man. What would you say to husbands who are considering leaving work? So hear me right. Anyone who's watching this, I don't believe, bro, with no fiber in my body that a dude who's married should not work.
Sure.
Like, you must work, even if you're bringing in 2 cents.
Yeah, even 20 rand. I hear you.
Bro, I don't care if you're cleaning toilets, you cleaning the street.
When someone backflip on the street.
But
or
I don't
something.
care, bro. You, as a husband, need to work.
Sure.
Gotta graft, right? So that's clear.
Yeah.
So this question is, with that context in mind.
Okay, sure.
What would you say to a dude who's trying to pivot, change work, is afraid, is thinking, bro, maybe even going to the arts, if we're more specific. I know somebody who, after years and years of working in corporate and, from school, varsity, being trained and believing themselves that, yo, man, this is me.
Sure.
Now in their mid-30s, they're like, nah, son.
It's not the one.
Yeah, but the fear, right? And again, like we said it, like the reality of going into the arts, like you need to be sober,
Yeah.
right?
Very
Not
much
every-
knowing what you're getting into. Don't be in a movie.
Yeah, bro. Don't
Yeah.
think you're going to be Denzel tomorrow, dog. Right? Or I'm going to pick up the mic and suddenly I'm Casper in your vest. Bro,
Yeah.
chill, right? Like, just be sober if you're going to pivot into the arts. But what does that sobering look like for you? What would you say to them?
Yeah. I'd say like, obviously you have a wife, I'm guessing.
yeah.
So-
Your husband.
Your husband, right? If you're not,
Yeah.
even better if you're not.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah.
that's your own decision.
Yeah, just
Uzolambo you want.
Yeah, just bounce now. Don't even listen. Don't waste our time.
Right,
If you're a
well,
single guy,
yeah,
just go do it now.
Buy Zambak, try lips.
Go do it now, bro.
Save you a lot, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a wife, I think obviously speaking to your wife about it
Yeah,
and being like, this is my thinking behind this thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I feel about the situation. This is how I feel right now. Then obviously both of you will pray on it.
Yeah.
And pray on it like thoughtfully as well. Both of you, because it's like you must know that, because it's also, I think prayer is also helping you work it out in your head,
yep.
right? And this is what I'm leaving in God's hands,
Word.
right? So it's like that's probably the most important, because I think that's the sort of realization that's
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
What you're leaving in God's hands.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, again, a lot of people would shy away from leaving, because it's like it's a lot,
Sure.
and it is a thing of, if I do think God does give us inklings to do things.
Yeah.
1, 2, talent is a thing,
Yep.
right? It's a thing. Unfortunately, right? It's a thing.
Linda's being very gracious. If you're not talented, just stick to your job.
Yeah, like, dude,
Just,
it's right.
Don't
Like,
think you're funny if you.
yeah, like stand up is also it's another one, bro. Yo, because some people do it for long and then out of nowhere something clicks.
Sure.
But like,
Sure.
if you have some sort of talent, then I would say yes. If it's there, yes. And it's also surround yourself with people in not only in life, people who are outside the field in life are great as well, but also people in the field. Surround yourself with people who are also elevating towards something.
Yeah.
Because going through the same struggles with people and having people who can relate, people you can complain with together in the wrong way, even where it's sort of like you guys are complaining for nothing. Little do you know, in 3 years' time, this is gonna seem very relevant.
Yeah.
So it's like people in that time as well. But it is a very personal decision.
Sure.
And like I said, I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. I'm not gonna even lie to
1,000,
people.
bro.
I wouldn't recommend it to
1,000, bro.
everyone
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
to have the metal
Yeah.
to stick it out, it's
Yeah.
because it's like I said, like it will make you cry. It will make you cry. You will literally go through that, and for your wife to see you that vulnerable
Yep.
is something else as well, because your wife needs to know that that's how much it can take from you. So it's sort of like in that time when you're crying, you need this person to be strong for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might, who knows how long is it going to be? A week? Is it going to be a month where this person needs to hold you together? So it's like both people need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone.
That's good, bro.
But once you rock that way,
Yeah.
you there.
You there, bro?
You there.
Yeah.
You there.
Nah, still, bro. I was thinking now, a lot of aspiring artists, when they're younger, living at home, and, you know, there's always the squabble with the parents. And parents sometimes are fearful for us to go into the arts for one of two reasons or for both of those reasons. So one reason is, man, we've seen how tough this thing is, and I don't want you to struggle.
Sure.
So that's one reason. Or I see how this thing is tough. You're going to struggle and burden me. Sure. You're going to come back home and ask me for money.
Sure.
Right?
I need you to sustain yourself.
Yeah. So there's the one where it's like, no, it's fine. I'm a parent. I will support you as long as you need me, but I don't want to see you suffer.
Sure.
Or again, it's both. Like, you're gonna suffer, and I don't want you to burden me. Like,
Yeah.
I have a plan. I'm gonna raise you, get you into school,
And I need you out.
and I need you out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train you well. I'm gonna get you to the final schools. I'm gonna give you opportunities. I'm gonna save money for you to study anything that you want to study. That's gonna help set you up in a way that's not gonna require you to be a burden
Sure.
to me, right? So I'm like, parents tend to do that, and I understand that. So whenever I speak to young cats who say, yo, my parents don't want me to do this, yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Here's the thing. Understand first where they come from. Secondly, the way to combat that is you also need to put in some work to calm those anxieties, right? So don't just be like, oh, I'm going to write on passion. But I'm like, passion is not going to solve that conversation, bro. But put measures in place. Okay, cool. So I'm going to speak to this agent. I'm going to go perform, stand up there. Here's my 2-year plan, blah, blah, blah. I think it was, we can't mention this one person anymore because of all the scandals he has. But anyway, another person I think was Nasty. Nasty got, no, it was 3 people. I think Usher as well. So Usher, Nasty, and the other person I won't mention. But they got like, I think 2 years or a year from their parents. So they like, yo, man, I want to do this thing. The parents were like, I'll give you a year.
Sure.
If this thing doesn't work in a year, go to school.
Sure.
right? And fortunately for them, the things popped. Then they did the stuff,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But I'm like, for me, that's a better plan to say, hey, I'm gonna give myself a year, and then show your parents, here are
This
the
is what
things I'm
I've,
gonna do, right?
yeah.
Etc. Etc. And I bring the parent thing because here's where I'm going with that. That's less pressure when you have a wife, right?
Yeah.
Your wife just doesn't need you to show her a plan, bro. She needs to know that, like, yeah, see, bro, like, you took me from my mother's house. We're gonna have kids here, right? All I'm saying is, if you're gonna pivot, bro, get into the arts.
That's why.
And that's why I was echoing what you're saying, that like when you said it's not for everybody, I'm like, hundreds, bro. That's a powerful statement because a lot of dudes need to hear that.
That it's not for
It's
everyone.
not for everyone, bro.
I would lie to you, dog. For me, I found it more pressurizing being with my parents.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, sheesh, bro. It's crazy.
I found it more pressurizing. And
You have a good one, dog.
dude, like, I won't lie to you, but also my parents were a bit hectic because
Yeah.
it's sort of like it's tough to see your kid becoming something that you didn't envision.
Yeah, sure.
But it's also like, for me, I couldn't understand it because I'm like, this is who I've always been.
Yeah, sure.
You guys knew
didn't-
that I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like school. You
Yeah,
guys knew all this stuff. So it's sort of like, where did you think I was gonna end up, right?
Yeah.
So it was tough for them because it's sort of like, what helped me was that when I did quit my job,
Yeah.
I was still living with them and everything.
Sure.
So it was like, oh, okay, he's doing this, he's part time, he's got this and this and this. But then what helped me, the ads started coming in, so
And then they
money. So it
saw,
was like I didn't
sure.
need to ask them for rec, which was fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just obviously they knew it's gonna take time. So
Yeah.
there was this a bit of like pressure and whatever.
bro.
But then when COVID struck,
Yeah.
oof,
Yeah.
that's when it became like
was hectic.
unbearable at times because it's sort of like, listen, I couldn't account for this disease coming.
Yeah, bro.
And rocking
Bro.
a whole industry, right?
Yeah.
And it's sort of like COVID came and it is just this drag. What this?
Yeah,
Hey, you're
bro.
getting older. Hey, what? You know.
Yeah.
Hey, and
When are you getting married?
You gave me,
You're
and then
not a
like literally, I got that one job, and then that was ripping me to shreds because I was working night times and whatever.
Sheesh,
And
bro.
then I quit because I was like, again,
Yeah.
I'm
can't do
dying.
this,
Why am
bro.
I doing this?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
And from then it was hectic, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, the pressure was hectic at home because it was like, yeah, you left this job, eh.
Mm.
And it was like, you don't know how, because it's also like, you don't know how to relay that.
Yeah,
Listen, this thing that you're talking about, I don't want to be a failure.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't want to be a failure. I'm going to do
Yes.
my utmost best to not be a failure. And if you just trust me
Yes.
in terms of I've rocked this stand-up thing for
Yes.
this long,
Sure.
this pandemic cannot be forever. One. Two, another thing is I was looking for work.
Sure.
So it was like, listen, just chill. We
Yeah,
can't,
yeah.
because the thing about me is as well, like I'm sure you've heard from what I'm saying is, bro, if we're rocking in a mood of positivity,
Yeah.
I don't need you to come with that.
No,
because
hundreds,
all
bro.
these negative things,
No, hundreds,
imagine
bro.
I'm a stand-up
They
comedian.
just- oh, bro.
I've thought about all these things and I've made them funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've thought about all these bad things. Now you wanna come and like me,
Yeah.
how's affair with things, and it was difficult because it was just like I didn't know how to tell them that like things are gonna be okay.
Sure.
One, two,
Sure.
even more okay because now I'm fully rocking with God.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
way we're
yeah,
failing
yeah,
now,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Back then, maybe, right?
Yeah.
We're doing look at half.
Sure.
Now I'm fully rocking. Like don't worry. But then, yeah,
God
it was
got you,
just
bro.
it was difficult. And the thing is, I think for creatives, I understood why people end up being like, I literally can't live with my parents now. I need to,
Sure.
because
Oh,
it's
God.
like it becomes too much.
Yeah.
I get it, bro, because it's like I need to fully immerse myself in
Yeah.
doing this thing in a way where I believe. Because
Sure.
that's another thing about a creative. You can't you can't do something and not believe in yourself.
No. Sure.
Right? Because
Sure.
people start seeing that on stage that, hey man, this guy can rap,
Yeah,
but it's like
yeah.
hey, he doesn't feel himself. He wouldn't download his own song.
Yeah.
Right?
It's there's a line Simba has. He's a rapper and is like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing the thing, but he put it dopely, where he was like you selling me your merch.
Yeah.
But you covered in Christian Dior from head to toe.
You
like
see.
you don't even wear your own
You don't
merch.
even, exactly.
And you want
That's
me
what
to
it's
buy your
like,
merch, bro.
That's what it's like. So it's like
yeah.
you just need, and some people will call it delusion, but it's
Sure.
not like a. Sometimes it's a delusion. Right?
Sure.
You can see this guy's coming straight from high school. He's like, I'm gonna be the best tomorrow, and it's like, you lying? You dog. You've only recorded songs on your phone.
On your
like
phone,
this,
dog.
dog. To a voice
Voice
recorder.
note.
You don't know what Fruity Loops is. You Ableton. We even far from those things, right?
Yeah.
So it's like. But I get it. Why people need that, because it's like you just
Sure.
need this chamber of like positive, good thinking behind whatever you're trying to do, because it's sort of like, why would, even if things end up failing, it's sort of like we tried our best in the best way we could. Imagine we tried our best but our heads were low. It's like,
come on, bro.
Yeah.
You failed failing.
right?
Yeah, you should at least
yes.
fail having fun, bro.
Where it's like, hey, you know when
We rocked it.
We
though.
rocked it. We had a run.
Yeah. We died, but
We had a-
but Jassy, dog, like we did our thing, bro. Yeah. That's dope, bro. And it's dope maybe to even end it here, because the thing I was going to was like, not everyone is gonna marry a Michelle.
Yeah.
So your pressure was with your parents, but other husbands' pressure might be with the wife.
Or the wife.
So your wife might not be a corporate hun, right? It's fine. And she's there, she's supporting you, even if she is, but she's like, yeah, we're gonna do this thing. All I was saying is, just don't be a punk, and especially if you're a husband, don't be a punk and just ride on passion.
You have to make money.
And be clear. At least when you sell the thing to your wife, be clear, bro. Hey, listen, at least I've thought about this thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not now gonna go pick up a mic and go tell Asqueranela, you know. How did we even tell jokes in high school again, or primary school?
There's boy, your mom's so fat.
No. There was one that we did in the hood. What was it? Like, we Ukwerana, man. But we'd say something.
Sure.
Shucks, now I'm forgetting the thing. But anyway.
But I hear what you're talking about.
But you're not
Those-
gonna do that.
Yeah.
So at least have a plan, even if it's like 6 months or even 3 months, bro.
Something.
Just say to your wife, hey, listen, if we're gonna go here, here's a vision of where we're going.
Something tangible.
Yeah,
Because it's
bro.
also like there's like beauty in hard work, and
Yeah.
like your wife noticing that, okay, this is what we're trying to do. Like, I mean, I started doing social media stuff now,
Yeah.
like a lot
Yeah,
more focused on that.
Yeah.
But it was like, I had to speak to Michelle even and just be like, okay, like, I love doing
Yeah.
stand up, but like the online thing is becoming a thing, and I think we can rock like this. And she was just like, yeah. Let's force it. If you
do
need
it.
me for anything, let's do
dope,
this.
bro.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
But it's also like, imagine if I said that and I posted like one video every 3 weeks.
Exactly.
She's gonna be like, "Are you even serious about
you
this
serious?
thing?"
Yeah.
So now imagine I'm posting one video every 3 weeks, and I say, "Hey, Michelle, we need 10,000 rand for a camera." So I'll be like, "Oh, not you,
Yeah, joke.
not you. You're a joke man. You're busy playing around." You.
Bro, that's my wife. When I say to my wife, yo, man, I want ABC, she's like, you've literally not spoken about this thing till now. And now you want us to spend money to go. Forget it, bro.
It's not happening.
Forget it. Right? So then I'm like, okay, dope. So if I'm going to want a 10,000 rand camera, start speaking about it like 3 months before.
Months, do things.
Put
that
in-
need a,
put
a
in the
better
work.
camera.
Yeah.
You shoot a video using those old
Your
V360.
phone. Yeah, you know what I mean? And not just so she buys Skellim or whatever, but like you also putting in, dog, because that does something for you.
Yeah.
And you actually putting in effort and you're working hard. And part of that, bro, for me is when I said I don't believe a husband shouldn't work, is when you present that 3 month, 6 month, a year plan, and you're like, okay, we're gonna do this, and this is probably gonna bring in like 50 rand into the house. How am I gonna compensate for the other 50? Maybe I should have like, I don't know, like a call center job. I don't know, bro, whatever, right? Or something on the side that's gonna
Sure.
bring another 50. So at least that things get balanced out in the house. Or hey man, like I won't have enough time to go do this other 50
Away.
rand job. This is going to get us $50, right? And I've spoken to 1 or 2 dudes that have given me gigs here, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, money's going to vary, but maybe we're going to live here, right? We're not going to live here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Exactly. So for the next year, let's just live here until the thing, at least there's vision there.
Right.
You've brought her into something she can buy into, and it's not just, I was watching Dave Chappelle and it's funny, and now I'm gonna be funny. I'm a funny guy as well now. I just saw Kevin Hart. I'm a funny guy. And it's like,
Yeah, but that's another thing we have to speak about just before
Yeah.
we close. Like speaking to people who are already in the industry.
sure.
So that's another thing comedians don't do.
Yeah.
Like comedians, you start and people don't tell you that, hey, Joe, people are making money outside the stage.
Yes.
People are writing, people are acting.
Yes.
It's not just every day, whatever.
Yes.
Because that can't get you where you need to be at the beginning. It's
exactly.
impossible. So speaking to people, if you're a musician, speak to other musicians. Hey, how do I make money? How am I
Yeah.
going to do this? Hey,
Yeah.
because it's like, it's naive to think we live in America.
Bro, say that, dog. That's what I keep telling people. We're not in the States, bro.
And even in the States sells a movie as well. Like you'll hear that, hey, J. Cole used to work at McDonald's while doing this and this. And it's like, you guys don't know those first mixtapes. It was McDonald's money funding that thing.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, I always say, simple thing. In the States, they dealing with, when they speak of a city, that's the size of South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Your whole city can put you on and you can live.
And you could live, bro. That's the size of a country.
Sure.
Right? For me, I'm like, when I think about my city, even in my city, bro, there's a small portion of people who'd actually support
Who
what
rock
I'm
you,
doing.
right?
Come on, bro. So be realistic, dog, right? Speak
You
to
have
people
to
who are already doing this thing. I think that's a dope point, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this has been dope, man.
Super,
We need to have you back, bro.
Definitely,
I
bro.
think, who was I telling? I think I told you, Mish. I'm like, you guys just need to come back here and read your vows.
Oh, damn, bro.
Your wedding is the one wedding where the vows were like, I cried.
Oh, damn.
I don't cry at weddings, bro. And I was preaching.
Oh, man.
I was like, this is a bad look, bro. I need to preach after this. What is going on?
It's so
dog?
the vows thing is hectic because it's sort of like it's
Sheesh.
this moment that's summed up, and it's like, how do I say everything
Nah, you guys killed it.
now? It's crazy.
You guys killed it, though.
Oh man.
So you coming back just to read your vows. Literally the whole episode, you read and explain.
Nah, you guys need to have Misha, and we just have Misha's so dope. So it's like weird conversations. Misha is funny.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
yeah.
I told her if she wanted to, she could start stand up. That's how funny she is. She's
That's dope,
crazy,
bro.
man.
It's dope. Shout outs to Bish, man. It's dope, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you too, bro. Thanks for having me. And yeah, man, like, please keep doing things like this, man.
Yeah. Thanks,
Like,
bro.
Husbands, black husbands as well. We
Yeah.
need to, the family structure is super important, and we need to bring it back.
Yeah.
That's the only way the country's gonna actually want to go forward,
Proper, bro.
not the politicians.
No. Starts in the home. Hundreds.
Yeah,
Hundreds.
starts in the
Politics has its place, but, bro, we'll change the country.
Start in the home, we
In
get
the home.
all the homes together, then
In the
we
home,
kill the
bro.
politicians. Joking.
Yeah.
Joking.
With kindness.
And a
Right.
knife.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you on the flip side. 2.5. Peace.